Well, good morning from a very, very frosty morning. You can see a lot of the plots are got a white over. I'll have a rummage through the outdoor tomatoes and see what I can salvage. Still plenty on there. But another job that I intend to do today is to get these sour palmeiras out of the buckets. There's 12 buckets in total, and as you can see, frost on the top, so I'll wait till hopefully the sun rises and then we can get to work to sort them out. I just pulled some carrots. These are sweet candle. These will sound about May, I think. Not too bad, but one word of warning. I think it's 1 or 2 episodes ago I put these covers on to keep the rain off, but also I put a piece of wood under to let the air flow. Well, with that wood underneath, the mice have got in and have started eating them, so I've had to remove the wood, keep it flat to protect my prize carrots. These are the last few remaining of the what I refer to as the banana shallots. Mainly them's are brown, but I've got the odd few long red Florence as well. These have been just left to their own device into the greenhouse, and as you can see, them still in really good condition. Just rub the cut of the outer skins off and them as good as new. But it is important that you dry these out thoroughly. When these was harvested, they was just put into the tray and left in the greenhouse, and that's how they've remained. This is an exciting time of the year for me in the gardening season. I'm going to harvest my first parsnip. Now, not a lot of you use a technique where you push down on the parsnip, twist and fetch it back up. I've tried that and there's no way can I get it work. So what I do, I use my trusty drain shovel, dig around it, and that makes it easy to come out, hopefully. This is always like a lucky dip. Parsnips and carrots. Ah, yeah, lost it. Thinking I'm doing this here. All that effort for that. That's okay though, isn't it? While I was there, I thought I'd try another one just to see how that was going. This one came out a lot easier. Not quite as big, but I'm happy with it. The 2 parsnips we harvested is my wife doesn't plan on using them for another day or 2 to make a stew, so we've got frost forecast tonight again. I'll be leaving these out and hopefully they'll be reaping the benefits and sweetening them up. With winter fast approaching and the colder weather closing in, the focus seems to be mainly on protecting plants and tidying up. So here are a few allotment jobs you may wish to consider for the month of November. Now that frosts are starting to make an appearance, it's a good time to consider if you want to save the begonia corms. Just remove the foliage and the corm from the soil, give it a good drying out in a frost-free place, and you can also store them in sawdust as well, ready for next year. Any electronic devices such as water timers now need to be disconnected now before the frosts arrive. Also remember to take out the batteries just in case they do leak over the winter, and then you'll be ready to start again in the spring. If you have an outside tap, also think about draining it off if you've got a stopcock or something like that, and replace any worn insulation. As the cold weather progresses, it gets increasingly harder for the birds to find food, so I put feeders out to give them a little bit of help. These comprise of just general seed, peanuts, sunflower hearts, and also suet cake. Any plants that are remaining outside over winter, might be an idea to give them a bit of protection using something like this, a tunnel cloche. In this case it's spring cabbage. I was late putting these out, so hopefully the extra protection will bring them on a bit quicker for the spring. For any non-stone fruits you have out on there, now's a decent time to think about some pruning. If you've got some long whippy growth like this, I usually prune mine back to an outward facing bud, taking about a third of the branch off, and that then brings the tree into decent shape for next year. Brussels sprouts now coming into their own, and you'll start picking them if you haven't already. But another little bonus with these Brussels sprouts is the tops. You just take the tops out of those, like little cabbages, they taste beautiful. If you've got any tender potted plants outside, now's a good time to consider either move them indoors, or if you leave them outside, insulate the pots with some bubble wrap or plastic. And there's a tall bay palm there, and I've also got 2 or 3 Japanese maples. These are 20-25 years old, these are, so I do tend to move these indoors, give them that bit of extra protection. Now's a good time also to think about the tools that have served you over the previous seasons. Clean all the dirt off, and although this is a stainless steel one, I'll give it a good spray in with a water repelling oil. Also, if your tool's got a wooden handle, it is well worth giving it a light rub down with a bit of sandpaper, and you can either add teak oil, or in my case I put linseed oil on, and it does give it added protection over the winter. Well worth checking again anything you've got in store in here. I've got potatoes in, so I'll be having a quick look at those. These are the cabbages, you may recall, that I just hung, and although they don't look too appetising on the outside, the leaves, believe it or not, still got a really firm heart in, so I'm quite happy with the way those are going at the moment. These are the Japanese onions from last year, and these have stored quite well, but I can see a bit of white rot going on now. And so I'll be sorting those out and turfing them out what doesn't come to fruition. Still got some more onions underneath, and I'll be checking all those out. I did say on my previous video that I'd got a new member of the film crew. I'd like you to meet Sparky. The drone is a DJI Spark. I bought it mainly for when I go walking, as I do a lot of stills photography, and I thought this would be a good addition to capture some of the scenery, especially in remote areas when I'm out and about. With the recent disruption of safety concerns caused by flying drones in restricted zones such as around airports, the CAA, the Civil Aviation Authority, now require all operators to register before the 30th of November 2019. Otherwise, you can face £1,000 fine. If you are responsible for a drone or unmanned aircraft weighing between 250 grams and 20 kilograms, you need to register as an operator. This costs £9 per year, and then you are given an operator ID. If you fly a drone, you also need to pass an online test of multiple choice questions that concerns flying safety and flying legally. This is free and renewable every 3 years. You are then issued a flyer ID, which you must display on the drone that you are flying. I've greyed it out in the picture of my drone, as you can see on the screen now. There are exceptions to these rules and tests, especially for those people who are existing model flyers and registered with the UK Model Aircraft Association. I plan on using the drone just occasionally on the allotment, and maybe a quick tour over the site during each of the 4 seasons, just to show how things have changed. The software designed for this drone is quite intelligent. It restricts height to the maximum of 400 foot, that's the maximum allowed under the current regulations, and it will also not operate in restricted areas such as near airports. The safety features also include collision detection and auto return home, especially when the battery levels start falling. There is other software available and apps for your phone that will notify you of any local hazards that are near you in and around your current location. Well, the pilots turned the engines off, so you're okay to unfasten your seatbelts. That's it for this one. I'm not sure when the next video is going to be, because all that's left really is cleaning up at the moment, tidying up. So anything of any interest, I'll film it, and when I've got enough snippets to put together a 10-minute clip, I'll pop it up. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye for now.